we are making so much soup. Do you want to make so much soup with me? I asked you for your favourite soup recipes and you pulled through. So I picked 3 that we can try today, but don't worry, I'm gonna come back to it. And if you have like a family soup recipe or just like a favourite ever soup recipe, do send it over to me on Instagram because I want to make so much soup this year. Happy Soup Sunday, and let's get started. For the 3 soups, it cost me just under £13, and that's not including some of the spices because I already have them in, but I thought that was actually quite good because Cozzy lives in London. Expensive. Like, that's kind of £1 per serving, which I think is quite good. Do I need to change my hair? Nah, you're not here for good hair. You're here for good soup, right? Is it crime? Is it a crime? Oh well. So soup number 1 is from a follower called Kat, who sent over a recipe from the Czech Republic for garlic soup, which I thought, garlic soup? I am a garlic girl. She said, I don't know if you're a garlic girly, but in the Czech Republic, it's very common to make a garlic soup. I don't like most of the cuisine, but I love this one. I am indeed a garlic girly. I am a garlic girly until I die. If there are no garlic girlies in existence, then I am dead. I am not in existence. So let's make the soup. We'll need 1 onion, 1 whole bulb of garlic, which I went for this big one because I'm a garlic girly. I can't help it. She said for potatoes, you either need 2 big, 4 medium, or 2 handfuls of baby potatoes. So I've gone for kind of like 5 medium to smallish, but we can see what this looks like and add more if we need to. I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but she says that you can either use marjoram or you can use oregano. So I picked up some oregano because this is more easy to find in the UK. Cumin, you can either do crushed or full. I've got some ground cumin. You need salt, pepper, and 1 veggie stock cube. And she said this is optional, but to finish, apparently it's very nice to top with some fresh curly parsley, but they only had flat parsley. So we're gonna top it with a bit of flat parsley. I hope that's okay. On to the soup making. I'm so excited, I can't believe I'm making a soup making vlog. Chop the onions. Chop or slice garlic. Keep 2 chopped cloves to add in at the end for a stronger garlic taste. Ugh. Chop the potatoes. You don't need to peel them, just make sure they're clean. Lovely. Right, so we're chopping the onions, the garlic, and the potatoes. So excited for this. Like, I love it that so many of you sent soups that are either from the countries that you're originally from, or one of the soups we have later is someone's grandma's recipe, and I'm obsessed with that. That just feels so much more special than finding them in a cookbook or just random ones online. Like, I love that all of these have come from like your recommendations. I'm just obsessed with it. There's something so warm and homely about soup, and it just kind of makes it more warm and homely when it's like my little internet friends have recommended the recipes that I'm doing. Like, that's just makes me want to cry a bit. Like, it's so cute. I'm feeling so Christmassy today, and I'm just so ready to get in the spirit. Like, this is the time of year that it's actually like a bit enjoyable that it's getting colder. Like, I hate January and February, and I genuinely feel worried about getting through them every year. But this time of year, delightful. Like, I love it. When I make garlic cloves, I always like press it first so that it's flat, and then chop off that like bit of the end, and then they just kind of slip out. I used to try and like peel all of them, and I think it was my friend Alice who actually showed me that trick, just to like squish it first, then chop off the end before you attempt to like get it out of the skin. It just makes like quite a tedious process otherwise really easy. I'm gonna have such garlic breath later once I've been eating this. It's alright, I'm just going for a run with my sister-in-law and she will understand if I have garlic breath. She is also a garlic girly. She gets it, she gets me. We're family now, it's too late. I also love how this recipe specified that you don't need to peel the potatoes, because I am not a peel potato girl. Like, I am through and through. I am just you know, skin on potato. I feel like I should do 1 more potato. I'm gonna do 1 more potato for good luck. I'm a hungry gal. What's 1 more potato? I feel like you're better off having too many potatoes than too little potatoes, and I think that's actually quite a good life motto to live by. I usually use this vat for my soups. Okay, I've moved you to here so that you can get a better view of the soup, because I feel like you'd rather see the soup than me, right? And I don't have two cameras, otherwise I'd love to provide you two angles, but that nearly ended very badly. Let's heat up this oil. Medium-ish heat, because I don't want it to get too wild and crazy. So, saute the onions, add in the garlic and fry till fragrant. So much garlic, I'm obsessed. Fragrant, we're gonna add in the cumin. And the oregano. Woo! I don't know why I'm saying woo so much. I'm excited, okay? Oh my goodness, it smells amazing. Oh, it looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, add in potatoes, veggie stock, submerge everything. Sound. We're gonna add our potatoes. Go on, bad lads. You've got this. I'm a very lazy cook, so I'm just gonna add my stock cube and add the water on top of it. Soup now needs to just sit on the hob for 20 to 25 minutes while it kind of cooks the potatoes and like absorbs all the good spices. So I'm going to spend 20 to 25 minutes just having a little chill before I need to come back and add the rest of the garlic for the extra garlicky taste. So I'll see you in 20 minutes. Excitingly, it has been 20 to 25 minutes. I've just been making myself busy prepping the ingredients for soup number 2. Our potatoes are ready. I just kind of got a large looking one out and checked that fork goes easily through it. So I think they are cooked. So on to the next bit of the recipe. Once they're cooked, take off the boil. Add the other 2 chopped garlics. So that's our other garlic. I did save quite a bit, to be honest, but I do really like garlic, so I don't mind if it's a bit in your face. You can mash some of the potatoes for a thicker texture or leave them for a more broth-like texture. Add salt and pepper to your liking. Oh, I was not in the middle of the frame for that at all, but you know. I think it would be quite nice to have some of them mashed. Should we do it mashed? I don't know what the authentic way is to do it. I think we should try some of this broth. Wild that there's garlic in here that just like isn't cooked at all, really. That is going to be really potent. I've not deeped that. Let me show you what it's looking like too. I've just added in that raw garlic at the end. So it's a very gorgeous, like brothy, potatoey, starchy soupiness. You need to taste some of it. So let's get a spoonful. Oh my god. That's amazing. Definitely needs pepper. Definitely needs pepper. The question is, should we mash the potatoes a bit? I think we should. I think we should. You know, let's go for it. Got this masher here. It said just to mash kind of half. So I'm just gonna mash this section here. Lovely. Wow. Oh, that looks so good. I feel like maybe I should have chopped the potatoes a little bit smaller. I think that's my one regret. Try it with the more thick spoonful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I think I really like it with some of the potato mashed in. That is just garlicky, potatoey heaven. Like, that is stunning. That is absolutely stunning. I have here a little bowl of our garlic soup. I only wanted to give myself a little portion because we've got 2 more soups to make and 2 more soups to try. So I've got kind of like, I don't know, some people would have this as a portion, but I'm a big soup bowl girl, so. I just roughly kind of threw some parsley on top and we're gonna give it a proper try as it's meant to be served. Well, it's not curly parsley, it's flat parsley, but I hope that's okay. Oh my gosh. That's something else. That is something else. The freshness of the parsley on top just adds to, because the rest of it's this very like savoury garlic potato vibe. And then having that fresh pop of the parsley on top. That's heavenly. If you are a garlic girly, or a garlic they, or a garlic, I don't know, boy. I don't know, garlic girly is gender neutral, I feel. But if you are a garlic person, you need to try this soup. Besties, it's time for soup number 2, which is someone's home recipe for parsnip and chorizo soup. Chunky chorizo and parsnip soup. So for this one, you will need 100 grams of lentils, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 225 grams of Spanish chorizo, 1 large onion, 2 celery sticks, and 500 grams of parsnips. Now, as you know, I am veggie / plant-based vibes, so I got some veggie chorizo from Squeaky Bean. So I hope that that works just as well. I mean, look at it, it's so impressive. Look at that, doesn't it look so good? And I did try a piece and it is very nice. Also need 2 times 500 milliliters of stock, 1 chili, and 200 grams of fresh chopped coriander. So the first step is to rinse the lentils and cook in boiling water for 10 minutes. I soaked mine out of habit, it wasn't on the thing, but I always soak my lentils and get rid of that first bit of water because I heard that that can sometimes set off IBS, so it's habit now. And while my lentils are on the boil, we are going to heat the oil in a large saucepan and gently fry the chorizo, onion, celery, and chili. Use olive oil, which I wouldn't usually use to cook with, but we're following this recipe. Add in the chorizo, the onion, which I've just roughly chopped, and the celery, which I also just roughly chopped. Gosh, this smells amazing already. I'm going to fry that for 5 minutes, so I'll see you in 5 minutes. It's been frying for about 5 minutes and it smells amazing. I can see why they ask you to fry it with the chorizo because I feel like it's going to make the onion taste amazing. Need to add the parsnips, the stock, and the chili. 500 grams of parsnips here, all chopped up. Tried to go for kind of a cubey shape and make it somewhat all similar size. I wanted to make it, oh, shite. Oops. It says 2 times 500 milliliters of stock. So I'm gonna guess that that's 2 stock cubes and then water. I don't know. We're making this up as we go along, but I love stock. And then we also need to add the chili. I can just feel that this is going to be so freaking tasty. Like, look at that combo of veggies. The next step is to bring that to the boil, reduce it to a simmer, and then we can add our lentils that we've been cooking in the other pan. And then we're done for 15 to 20 minutes while it all cooks until the vegetables are tender. Now, I did make a bit of an error because yogurt wasn't on the list of ingredients, so I didn't buy yogurt. But the next step after that is while this is cooking, mix together the coriander and yogurt and put in a small serving dish. Now, I don't have any yogurt, so I'm just going to have to serve some coriander on top or maybe put a bit in the soup. We're just going to have to improvise, adapt, overcome, #resilience. When I'm doing things like this and really enjoying cooking, it really makes me reflect and be grateful for the fact that I recovered from my eating disorder when I was a teenager. Like, I'm so pleased and happy that I went, you know, through that and got out the other side, because now I have such a lovely relationship with food that allows me to do things like this. Like, I can just like cook a soup recipe, not care how many calories is in it, and just really, you know, I can just enjoy cooking and eating and trying it without worrying about anything. Like, the only thing I'm worried about is doing all your recipes justice, you know? I love cooking. I love the enjoyment of like making something, and that was so ruined for a very long time, you know, kind of like before, during, and after my eating disorder, when I was still just having a horrendous relationship with food because we live in a world where food is demonized. I'm just so glad that I get to make some soup. It's been 15 minutes let me show you how the soup is looking. Here is the soup. As you can see, it's just a lovely, lovely combo of the food. I did try one of the parsnips to check that it was cooked, and they are just so freaking delicious. I freaking love a parsnip. It says to blend half of the soup, so I'm probably just gonna stick a hand blender in, zhuzh it a few times just to add that kind of texture to kind of the broth to make it more of a soup. After blending, it looks so good. This just, it's giving winter warmer. Parsnips are definitely one of my favourite things on a Christmas dinner. Like a honey roasted parsnip. Got a little spoonful with a little parsnip on it, and then I'm just gonna shove a bit of coriander on top because I want to try it with the coriander. Oh. 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 And not leave that to cool down long enough. I've just burnt my whole tongue. Ouchies. Soup was really good though. Like, it tasted amazing. It was just too hot. I am right. It's like winter warmer extraordinaire. I'm just gonna add a bit of black pepper because I feel like it needs black pepper, but the stock cubes doing the job for the salt. I have a little bowl of it and I left it to cool down so it doesn't burn my tongue again, but here is the official taste test. That is actually delightful. That feels like it is warming me from the inside out. If you like coriander, just add the coriander in because that is delicious. The fresh coriander. Like the parsnip makes it like vegetable-y brothy. The coriander brings this like freshness. The chili brings it this warmth. The chorizo brings it like this smokiness. It's just delicious. I love soup. You've always got to trust those handwritten recipes. And the recipe looks like it's been photocopied. I cannot find who sent it to me, so I'm so sorry. But the recipe looked like it had been photocopied too from like a handwritten note. That's how you know it's a good one. It was good enough to handwrite and photocopy a handwritten copy. Delicious! And next up, somebody sent me their Nonna's Italian pastina recipe, and I am obsessed. I cannot wait to try this. It's an Italian broth-based soup learned from my nonna. It's really hearty. It's good when you're sick. I eat it as a comfort food. The OG recipe is veggie, but my version isn't. Just sub out the chicken stock for veggie stock, and then you can remove the chicken and add tofu if you'd like protein. I know Parmesan isn't veggie, but you can get veggie versions, and I would highly recommend some sort of Parmesan paste cheese because it really makes the dish. So I couldn't find any vegan Parmesan because I try and avoid milk. So I did just buy some plant-based cheese. So I know this isn't Parmesan, so I'm really sorry, but I can't have milk! Recipe as follows, slightly approximate because I learned it from my nonna and she measures nothing. And that's how you know it's good. Like when it is a family recipe to the point where you just kind of know how to cook it. There's no recipe. You just know. It's in your blood. I'm excited. What we'll make 2 hearty servings. Also in the later messages sent me a lovely picture of it. I'll see if I can find it, and said that they call it liquid penicillin. I think it's like an Italian like nickname for the soup is liquid penicillin because it's meant to just heal you from the inside out. So I've got 2 stock cubes, 1 stick of celery all chopped up, 2 carrots, and 1 brown onion. She said garlic to preference, so I did 4 cloves. I don't know if that's a good amount. And then I couldn't find pastina, but I found these little stars, and I think they do look like what pastina is meant to look like, so I'm hoping that these will do. She did specify that you can find them in Sainsbury's, so I went to Sainsbury's, especially because Deanna said we could find them in Sainsbury's. And she said that broccoli is also really nice in it, so just because I love extra vitamins, health, I chopped up half broccoli and we're gonna pop that in just for a bit of extra green. Let's get to cooking. My big soup vat is back for the 3rd and final time today. Some vegetable oil. Oh, that was quite a lot, but oh well. Sugarina. I've never said sugarina before in my life. Where did that come from? The first step is to fry off the veggies and the garlic in olive oil for 4 minutes in a large pot. I did not read that. I put vegetable oil in. I'm sorry. Sorry. Onion, stick of celery, 2 carrots, now garlic, which I did 4 cloves of. back. The vegetables have been simmering for 4 minutes and the kitchen smells amazing. Number 2, add stock and a pinch of salt and simmer for 20 minutes. So I'm just going to pop the stock cubes in. It says we need to add a pinch of salt, so I'm just going to little bit of salt. Mix in those stock cubes. This looks amazing already. Like, I would drink this. Simmer for 20 minutes till the veg is soft. So I'll come back in 20 minutes when the veg is soft. Okay, the next instruction is to blend the soup that we've got. It has been cooking for 20 minutes. I checked with a fork with the carrot to check that that's all cooked. So I'm going to use a stick blender and I'm going to blend it up. But let me show you what it looks like currently. This is how she's looking. Look at all these veggies. Like, I cannot even describe to you how good my kitchen smells right now. You know when you are walking down the street and somebody's cooking smells really good, like someone's cooking wafts onto the street and smells really good. Like, I'm really hoping that for the last few hours when I've been in this kitchen cooking up these soups, that people have been walking past my house and thinking, what? Like, that is, what? Who is cooking that amazing food? I can smell it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go blend the soup. Given the soup a really good big blend and it looks the colour of turmeric. But I have not added any turmeric into this, but here is our base now. Now we have step 4. Add pastina and broccoli if you're using and bring to boil. You'll need to stir very regularly because pastina likes sticking together. Cook for 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm gonna just slightly increase the heat on our soup and then I'm gonna add in our pastina. It said to use about 3/4 of a cup, so I've got this amount. We'll see if this amount is a good amount. I'm so sorry if it isn't. I'm going to add in the pastina. I'm going to add in about half a head of broccoli. I didn't want the broccoli to take over, so I'm just adding about half a head for 5 minutes. Okay, see you in 5 minutes. It's time to test the soup. Let me show you what we're working with. This is her right now. Loving that it's got some texture with the pastina and the broc. The only thing to do now is to serve it and add a bit of cheese. I can't not try a cheeky spoonful first, but I can't wait to serve it. So I need to try it. Are you kidding? That is delightful. It's like a hug. It's like vegetables are giving me a hug. Got my soup here. I put a little pinch of pepper on top and then I found this cheese in the fridge, so I'm going to use this one and not the one that I bought today. This is the Violife. This is a really good cheese if you're looking for a good like non-dairy vegan cheese to start with, because it doesn't taste of like that much, which is good, because sometimes if you're not used to vegan cheese, those like fake cheese flavours, not the one. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on top. Let me show you. Apparently you're meant to put lots on, but I don't want to ruin it because it's like not the right thing, you know, it's not Parmesan, it's vegan cheese. So we're just going to try it with this amount of cheese for now, because it feels weird to put cheese in a broth, I won't lie. Get a good spoonful with the cheese on top. That's delicious. Putting the cheese on top is like giving it the joy of like dipping in a cheese toastie almost. That is delicious. That is delightful. And I love pastina. I'm a pastina convert. This is fantastic. I love these small little pasta shapes. These little pasta stars. Not only do they look so freaking cute in my bowl, the pastina just make it. And they put a carb in the meal, you know? And like, we need carbs. Spoonful with the broc. With broccoli. Look at that. That just looks so good. That is delightful. That is delightful. Especially with a bit of cheese on top. Like cheesy broccoli soup. Hello. Recommend putting the broccoli in. Because like, broccoli as well, what, like 70p for the head from Lidl? Half the head, 35p, but it like adds that extra bit, you know? And that sums up our soup making for today. So that is 3 soups from 3 of my followers that we have made, and blooming loved. Let me know if you've enjoyed this. Please keep sending me recipes even if we don't make more videos, because this has just been so fun to try other people's favourite soup recipe. Like, I just love that somebody out there, that's their favourite soup, and now I've tried it. That's just, oh, that's so cute. Let me know if you're going to try any soups in the comments, and I hope you have a really nice week next week, and I hope you join me in making some soup next Sunday, because whether I'm doing it on my Instagram stories or I'm doing it on YouTube, Sundays is for soup. It is Soup Sunday. When I was chatting about it on Instagram, somebody said something about, oh yeah, I want to be part of your soup troupe. That is magical. That is magical. That is art. That is art with words. Of course, we are a soup troupe. So I shall see you next Sunday. Soup troupe. Soup troupe Sunday. Soup Sunday. Soup Sunday for the troupe. Okay, goodbye.